Assalamualaikum and a very good afternoon to Dr. Nick Noliana. We are from Grade 5. So we will discuss about our project, which is the measurements of the length of the rubber using the different type of rubber with the different mass of object. So my name is Wanda Zahliana binti Wan Jusuf. My metric number is 192032.
My name is Muhammad Wajizakuan bin Mubarak. My number metric is 192286.
And my name is Dinesh Warren, like Morgan. My matrix number is 193161.
Okay, so I will proceed with my presentation. So I will proceed with the introduction. For the objective, we would like to measure the length of the rubber being stretched by putting some mass at the bottom of it. We use different type of rubber band with different mass of object. The rubber band ball is the first type. The second type is the red rubber band, and the third type is the hairband rubber band. The plasticine is with the mass of 25 gram, 50 gram, 75 gram, 100 gram, and 125 gram. There is a 3 trial for the experiment to take the average for the length of the rubber. So next, I will show the experimental data, which is this is the data for the first experiment for the type 1. This is the experimental data for the experiment type 2. And this is the experimental data for the experiment type 3. So I will pass this to my friends.
So based on the result, this is the interaction plot of extension of rubber band versus mass of plasticines obtained. So when you see the type 1 uh, extension plot is higher than the type 2 and type 3, and there's a one intersect between type 2 and type 3. This is the data of analysis for the mass of the plasticine and the types of the rubber band. This is the Anova table we obtained from by using the Microsoft Excel, and this is the Anova table for the two factor with replication. You can see this is the summary of all the 5 and the type of the rubber band, type 1, type 2, type 3, and the total we calculated from it, the count, the sum, the average, and the variance. And this is the Anova table result, which I mentioned previously. We can find the degree of freedom, F value, P value, and S critical, and SS.
So I will proceed on discussion. So based on the graph 1, type 1 rubber band, which is rubber band, has the highest extension than the both type 1 and type 3. As the mass of plastic increase, the extension of rubber band also increase. For Anova table, we use Anova table with frequency because we have two factors for measurement, which is type of rubber and the mass of plasticine. From the Anova table, we can know either we reject the null hypothesis or we not reject the null hypothesis. Two-way Anova table with replication test, 3 null hypotheses. Have some observation grouped by one factor and the means of observation grouped by the other factor, and no interaction between two others. For the value of alpha that we set is 0.05, and the number of sample based on the table 2 is 3, but for the Anova table is 2. The number of column in table 1 is 5, but for the Anova table is 4. The number of count is 9, which is we total the number of count for each represent data for each column. F-test value depend on the A level, on the alpha level that we set on the Excel, which is 0.05. From the Anova table, we can reject the null hypothesis because our F is greater than F critical. For P value, it depends on the F-test. If the F-test value is smaller, it will give the P value higher. So based on this, F-test is inversely proportional with P value. So in conclusions, there's a many areas to do this experiment. Firstly, wrong method for experiment, which is the edge of the table to hold the rubber band and boxes as to support the plasticine. And second is unstable hook for placing the plasticine. And old and less elastic rubber band that we use for our experiment. For the recommendation, we have to use the retort stand to hold our material to support our load, which is the mass of plasticine. And the result should be taken more than 3 times. So in conclusion, the type 1 rubber band, which is rubber ball band, has the highest extension compared to type 2 and type 3. So based on this, the increase the mass of the resin, the length of each rubber band increase due to the elasticity of the rubber band. The type of rubber band affects greater on the extension of rubber band than the mass of the resin. And the type T rubber band has the highest elasticity.